Hello and welcome to the channel. You know who I am by now, especially if you're a subscriber, and you're probably wondering where I am today, but I'm at a very important historic point called the Smuggler's Stone over here in Chichester, West Sussex. And there it is, the Smuggler's Stone, which is an execution stone that marks the spot, although it's been moved from a field. Well, it was a field behind the stone, an execution spot of the Hawkhurst gang. I'm just going to pan you, well, you're on the pan already. As you can see, there's a little write up here on the stone itself, and I'll just I'll read it out to you. The stone was erected in 1749 to record the execution of the, hold on a minute, bear with me, there we go. A bit more authentic. I'll put the stone in picture. To mark the execution of 7 smugglers and marks the place where the 3 of them, Jackson, Mills Senior and Junior, had been hung. The site of the gallows lay in an area known as the Boyle, at which the time was a deer park and is now part of the land in front of you. In recent years the stone has been moved and now currently stands to the edge of the field. The original text on the stone is no longer legible, but it's recorded as being that below, and I'll put that in the description when I upload the video. But there it basically is. The Hawkhurst gang, some of the ringleaders were hung behind where this building is now, so they've had to move the stone forwards, and they put up this very useful write-up about the story of the Smuggler's Stone and the Hawkhurst gang. Not all of them were hung here, and not all of them were hung. And of course, I've got a very interesting blog. I'll put the link in below at the in the description, where you can read up on the Hawkhurst gang. I mean, in the future, of course, I will. I'll have to do a talk on it online, a stream or something on them, and I hope to get out there in the field and do some historical talks at festivals and stuff about the said gang. They're an interesting bunch, and it's not just about them and their smuggling ways, because they work with other gangs and they did battle with other gangs as well. But there it is, that's the Smuggler's Stone. Very similar, of course, to a murder stone. It was to act as a deterrent and a mark of justice, because at that point in time, I think the British government were just about broken with the Hawkhurst gang and their nefarious ways. So yeah, there you have it, a very important historical spot in terms of 18th century smuggling and the Hawkhurst gang. So a bit of a mecca to come over here, to say the least, to come and see such an important site. And when I upload the video, you'd appreciate it, like I have, if you're interested, of course. Down there is the road to Chichester, so I've just walked up it. It's a bit of an incline, and the smugglers, Mills Junior and Senior and Jackson, weren't just executed for smuggling, by the way, but it was for murder. They would have been brought up this track. It wasn't a road then, and the gallows would have been erected as well for them to be hung, which would have been pretty instant. But imagine coming up there on a horse and cart to face your death. But so there's a very useful map down there of where the bodies were gibbeted. So if you could see that, Rowland's Castle, the Boyle, Chichester, the Trundle, or the Trundle, I think it's just the Trundle, and as north as Rake, and on Selsey Bill itself, they were gibbeted. Some of the members of the Hawkhurst gang, and of course some were also gibbeted just outside East Grinstead, some over in Kent at Cranbrook and Goudhurst, and some, I think, believe it or not, in Essex, to act as a deterrent to others. But just one last shot there of the Hawkhurst gangs, known locally here as the Smuggler's Stone.